Welcome to Infinite Sided Dice, where we tell stories and the dice decide our fate. We are back here with our crew in Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction. Make sure if you haven't yet, you subscribe to the channel, click that like, do all those cool things. Check out our Patreon in the link below, and super thank you to everybody who's already done all that, and super thank you to everybody who's just showing up and watching. It's just great to have you all here with us enjoying this game. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm so nervous.
but good.
Okay. So
I'm excited, but Loren's like, I don't care.
I don't know. He never gets excited. Let's go!
Oh God! Oh God!
Have fun listening back to that.
sorry,
Can't wait
future
to edit
Dustin, when you're editing this audio. I encourage that. Okay. When we last left off, Nautica had placed the red paper crane in the window. Oh, there it is. Signifying to our friend Jean that, I use that term
I was just about to...
loosely, associate Jean, that she has indeed secured her father, Mr. Edgar Perea, and that he's available to be picked up or interviewed or talked to, or whatever it is that whatever his designs are. We have a minute. He sends word that he can arrive that evening. So you have a day to sort of figure out. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to sort of figure out what you wanted the place. We're meeting at Dreamland, so I just wanted to give you guys a second to figure out what you wanted Dreamland to look like. Who's there? Is it open? Is it closed? Would you rather have it be a crowded room or an empty room? All these are options. So what do you guys think?
I just want grenades.
I think we have maybe one left over. Maybe I'm not sure.
Is there any dynamite? No, I mean, I think I wouldn't necessarily be there, so I would like a reason to be there, because I'd probably just be at Iyashi's place, like getting my new shit all.
Sure.
I'd probably ask you to stick around in case things go really wrong.
Okay.
Just to have you there.
Okay.
Yeah, at least for the time being, Loren's on Shitwreck's Dreamland payroll. So that might be a reason to be on hand in case things go sideways. Okay.
Yeah. As for crowded versus empty, I'm torn. I don't want to put anyone necessarily in danger, but also...
But does that shield us a little bit? Like, does that... You know...
I don't think anything's going to stop Jean from doing whatever Jean wants to do.
I know, it feels like that, right?
Also, like, if we have other people around, could they help if things go really wrong?
Well, if Ricky asks them to help.
Yeah, maybe only
if
we fill it with people who have the ability to defend themselves.
So it'd be like one of your show nights or something.
It could be a show night.
You could have an impromptu show and have all your underground people come.
Just hit a switch, all the fans turn on you.
You get.
You know, kind of like a magical movie, but it's not really. It's just
Well,
charisma.
I think the question is, how willing are you to put civilians' lives at risk?
The truth is not highly,
Yeah.
Willing. But, I mean, my fans are willing to do certain things for me, but I'm not willing to necessarily put them in danger.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more just like, having our Dreamland crew that works here can all handle themselves. So
Hey,
like maybe
FaZe can handle himself.
Yeah, totally. You are still alive, so
Just barely.
you're not wrong.
You call that alive?
Yeah, living, breathing, right there. So yeah, I would say maybe just get our Dreamland crew in here.
Keep it more private?
Yeah.
keep it more private, more like an exclusive event type. I'm not saying it's an event. I'm saying like what we do when we do exclusive events, right?
Sure, yes. If you want to put everything in terms of an event, a party, a celebration, sure, we can call it that.
It's always an event.
Operation Private Event. We can call it that if that's what you want.
VIPs only, right?
Yeah, VIPs only.
Well, do we want to loop Danger Gal into this, or?
I would love to. I don't want to get
in-house?
them more embroiled in it, but we can absolutely let them know it's happening. Did we let them know it was?
You have given Melanie a breakdown of the situation as it was.
Okay.
Whether or not it's up to you whether or not you told them that you were moving forward with the crane and that it was all happening.
Yeah, I'll just let them know that it's happening and let them decide what to do, because I know they had no interest in getting themselves involved with something that serious. So I'll let them know so they know what's happening in their city, so we can keep that good relationship going. But what they do is up to them. I'll let them know that.
Sure. And the other sort of party that you're associated with would be the Santiagos, just in general, if you wanted to alert them or ask them for aid or whatever. You could probably still get, chinos around.
Close to the public. Our people, everyone knows the risks involved. Situation.
Yeah, I'm just hesitant to involve too many people in case this becomes a like anyone who knows must die situation. So like the less people we don't have to involve.
Looking forward to seeing the Santiagos, but
I mean, of course.
I understand.
But I'm not looking
just
forward to watching them die potentially.
Just so I'm prepared, how likely is this thing gonna get dirty?
I have literally no idea. This man is very confusing, unclear.
Nothing on paper leads us to believe that anything should go down at all.
Yeah.
It's more just, I don't know. What if he decides we're not worth the trouble situation, which is a very Arasaka move.
Well, sounds like I better get my bag ready then.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that my mom is not around, which is going to be tricky since she thinks they're going to be going on vacation together. So, FaZe, what do you have that can knock someone out for a bit?
I can make that happen.
Like a drink, not like a hit to the head.
You trying to roofie your mom?
I'm trying to get my mom out of
Wouldn't be the first time,
hey. FaZe.
Bada bing.
FaZe.
No, never. Your mom's a peach, of course. I love her like my own mother. And I never roofied my own mother. Especially in high school when I wanted to go out.
I need to stop hearing about your past and start hearing about what you're going to do for me in the future. As in, can you do this?
Yeah. I mean, if you bring her into the bar, I know exactly her normal order. I can do something.
Okay.
If it's
your
mom.
Something chill. Something that chills her out, not necessarily.
Sure.
Yeah, I just need to get her out of here before Gene shows up. I don't want him taking her to or her making a scene and causing things to go sideways.
I mean, if she, I think if she comes in and we put her out, like we could just put her up in one of the offices and give her one of the FaZe blankets. Well, you have blankets.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's plenty. It's nice. It's comfortable up there.
I like you so much more when you don't talk. Thank you so much, FaZe. The more you talk, the more I'm disturbed by the things going on around here that I don't know about.
I like your stories. They just all end the same. And then everyone was passed out.
You could see FaZe wanting to talk, but keeps like his eyes are darting back at Shitwrecked and like. Okay, so Taffi gets the night gets some night drugs. There's some logistics here. Like, if you want her not at Dreamland, that's a little bit of a different operation. Like, how do we get her to take a roofie, pardon the term, in her own apartment versus at Dreamland? It's a lot easier because she comes in and drinks.
Can't Blades just take her shopping or something?
You could try. I could call her up and see if she'd do that, but because of what's going on, my mom might not want to leave my dad.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is they've been inseparable. Essentially, her husband's been in prison for these 3 years, and she's very happy to have him back. And she really, just to sort of describe how things were, have been. In fact, she's probably less likely to even drink heavily or do the things she was doing because she feels like her life has this possibility of returning to what she considers normalcy. Even sort of just, even in her own delusional way. Like, they're sitting in this one little, what we call it the holding cell, but it's whatever, it's an office with a lock on the outside. Going about sort of normal stuff you remember her doing, like talking about celebrity gossip and the latest reality shows, and for what it's worth, make a human perception check, and this is specifically for Shitwrecked.
Ooh. 23?
23 is very good. Your dad almost seems, with a 23, it almost seems like I guess you can account for this in a number of ways, but he seems like almost a different person in his way. Like, he wouldn't really suffer Taffi's sort of nonsense, but he's actually like engaging with her in a way that maybe you've never seen before. And with above a 20, there's even like a stammer to his speech that you're picking up on, that is like, there's a world where it's just sort of post-traumatic, going to prison, and who knows what happened to him. But it almost feels like he's not completely back, but he wants to be, and when you've confronted him, like these little tense moments we've had, you've picked up this, like, you didn't really notice, you couldn't really put your finger on it before, but there's almost like a confusion in his eyes. Like, there's things missing from his memory that, like, maybe you're referencing in your confrontation, that he's just like, oh, that's like a gap or something. Almost, it's not quite acting, but it's like he's different, right? Okay. And I guess this jives with what you know about what they've done to the people that worked at Arcari, and the sort of memory altering procedures and things that have been done to these people. So it seems like possibly in the loss of memory, or in the severing that they've done, there's maybe a bit of his own, whatever his humanity was, is lost as well. Like, his identity is a bit, It's like one of those things where you think about, like, is my identity made up of my memories? And when you start to remove them, like, who are you? And I think that's maybe sort of the point I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps you at all. But all that to say that not mechanically, but they're inseparable. They're together all the time. So that's something that you would have to work out, getting them to be apart and, for more than just a little bit of time.
Got it.
Sorry if that puts a monkey wrench in things.
No.
That's what I do.
Well, if your mom's so attached to your dad right now, why not just let her go with him? Who knows, maybe it will all be fine.
I mean, that's extremely wishful thinking. But maybe there's a world where we just have to figure it out as we go. We can't, especially with this guy, there's no way to predict what's going to go down. So we just, I think, have to be on high alert and...
Yeah, and for what it's worth,
whatever.
to add to all of that, like, you get no impression that your dad has anything less than Taffi's best interest in mind.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Also, if you want me to just put someone down quickly and unsuspectingly, just let me know and I'll put my glove on.
That's actually...
So less chance of long-term damage than Phase's street drug cocktail.
No sleeping pills on this one? No,
Phases jungle juice.
yeah, maybe we'll,
I'll keep it on standby.
yeah, maybe if you're, like, standing with them and we passed you off as, like, their guard instead, and you're just by her, and if she starts to protest and Jean starts to get twitchy, we just do that. Thank you.
You got it, boss.
Okay. Operation VIPs.
Operation VIPs.
Okay. Do you want... Let's have a look. Not that there will necessarily be an encounter. Actually, I think we're fine. This looks fine to me. We'll just leave that how it is. Because it doesn't have to go that way, you guys.
It doesn't have to.
And, yeah, okay.
Ricky, you get a ping from Aunt Judy.
Okay.
And she says, it looks like a chance there's going to be a party at my place tonight. If you're around, I might like to set a seat for you and your friends. You can bring some party favors.
Okay. What time? What kind of favors?
She
Or the
doesn't-
ones I would guess.
She doesn't respond.
Grenades.
How about just what time?
Not sure. It's sort of an unplanned thing.
Got it. Say no more.
But I already have a few guests that are well dressed. And they brought their own party favors. And Gene walks in the door. It's him, and he's accompanied by a woman that moves almost like he does, just sort of walks very without swaying side to side, just very particular steps, shorter steps, wearing her face is pale makeup with like the red streak across her lips, and she has the hair with these two like spikes like running through her hair, and is wearing like a full like a modern stylized kimono, and she stays right at his elbow.
Can I try to see how chromed up she
Yeah,
is,
sure.
or if she's even meat at all?
Make a perception check.
Can I make a human perception check to see if they're human?
That
18.
sure.
18 total.
An 18. You see, She's not carrying any weapons visibly. But you do notice that her leg, as the slit of her dress goes up, you can see that they're decent, like the false flesh things over them. But you can see the seams where there's like cybernetic legs at the very least. But she keeps her arms like sort of inside her robe and is giving nothing away. In terms of human perception, you can roll, but you're not going to get much off of her. Yeah, and as far as her being human at all, your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, so these messages come in like almost at the same time. So I don't know if you want to react or what you want to do.
To the ping from Judy. Just to help me out above table. What does that mean to me?
Yeah,
She's asking for backup.
That's what I figured.
yeah, she's never invited you to a party at her house that meant a party. I think it means make a, what would this be?
Human perception.
Yeah, make a human perception.
Cryptography, I
But-
think, is another one.
Yeah, she's sort of speaking in code here.
Yeah, I picked up on. I was just like, oh my god, what is going on? Like based on my history. With
Yeah, let's get a roll in so I can sort of see how specific. You definitely get a vibe that like something's off.
Okay, great. All right, 19.
19 is good. So when she says well dressed, that's usually how she derogatorily speaks of corpse.
Yep.
Like you would be sitting around the kitchen counter and she'd be like, he's well dressed, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Party favors, I think you get the idea. Noisemakers.
Yep. Hardware.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if the party hasn't started yet and she doesn't know when, that means she's clocked them somewhere, but that nothing has happened yet.
But likely imminent.
Yeah, she's...
All right. Okay. So I ping her back. And I want to say in a coded way. She said at her place, yeah? Is that what she said? Can you step out to go pick up some stuff for the party?
She's like, well, I have a few party favors here. I can keep it going for a while. I feel like if I step out, I might spoil things.
Got it. You're always a great host.
You would know, just because it might be relevant, travel to Aunt Judy's on foot or by cab is going to take a little bit. If you have if you have transport, the likes that like maybe the Santiagos could give you, you could get there faster. If you want to start planning for a quick move to her house.
There's also Kitty, right? She's the driver.
Yeah,
Danger gal. Yeah.
Kitty's not here.
Kitty's not here.
No, as far as I understand, no Danger Gal is on site. You have their contact info. You definitely have Mel's number.
Oh.
I just like hanging out with Mel. Mel doesn't care about me. But, okay. So I'm... got the Santiago's, got the Danger Gals. You know what? Let me ping the Santiago's real
Okay.
quick, and I just say, what are the chances you guys are hanging out in town tonight?
Chino hits you back. You know I owe you a favor. Anywhere you need to go.
Like, totally. Hang tight.
Okay. He's. Should I be worried?
Like, you know what? Might be a party later that I need a ride to.
Okay. I'll send a fast car.
And I said, yeah, great. So I bring him back. I'm like, how long do I think this is going to take? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Come by.
It may well just be that Gene is letting his presence be known to keep you guys in line. But if you want to share that with everyone else, or
it might be as simple as that. So, I mean, Gene has walked in, yeah?
he's in the door. Yeah, he's
right.
standing there with his escort.
So I just ping the entire party with this pertinent information.
Gotcha.
And add that, I think Gene's not so subtly letting us know.
Yeah.
Boss, I don't think he means party. I think this is a code.
I think that it's a family thing, naming things like it's something else and more exciting.
Poltergeist sends back to the group text a smiley face.
Send like
The first one she ever has. Or no, just a palm tree.
And I do update Mel as well,
Okay.
just in case. She might be busy. She might be working. She's a pro.
Yeah, Mel will probably get back to you, but let's jump into what's happening.
I will approach Gene.
Miss Perea. Oh, you see he's carrying a metal briefcase.
No.
Lovely to see you again.
Such a pleasure.
Shall we sit for business, or...
Sure. What other business do we have?
He scans the room. Does he see Edgar at this point? Or
No,
is
he's still in the holding...
He's in the holding cell. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, he scans the room. I assume Mr. Perea is on site.
Yeah, he's safe.
Seems you've been busy.
Keeping tabs on me, Gene?
Always.
Well, there's a lot to get done around here.
Miss Perea. Stop me if you've heard this before. But there's a farmer with a rabbit and a boat. And there's a river that he needs to cross. But in addition to the rabbit, there's a bear, a wolf, and a tiger. What should the farmer do?
Well, which one are you?
Good question. But it's not an answer.
I mean,
It's
I
a
feel
riddle.
like it.
It's a puzzle.
No, I got that. If I knew which one you were, it might change my answer.
I see. You're not in the mood for a logic puzzle.
No, I'm really not. I kind of just want this to all be over.
Wise. You see, the farmer can run for the boat, but he dies and the rabbit dies. But if the farmer throws the rabbit and runs, he just might have a chance.
I have a problem believing that any of those creatures, maybe the wolf, would even Want a rabbit? Seems like real small prey for those big players.
Yes. I'm not saying the farmer definitely lives. I'm saying that's his only chance.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure why we're expounding on this theory when I've been planning to gently place the rabbit in front this whole time. Though I am a little concerned about the other two players because I only see one in front of me. So, who might these other two be that I'm running from?
The bear I believe you've met.
Believe I've killed.
You've killed 3 little bears. The wolf, you know. And the tiger is the one you really need to watch out for.
So, I'm real confused on how I got put in this situation. The only reason I had to deal with a bear was because of you. And now suddenly, I've got to deal with all these other players when you're the one who brought this strange whole thing into my lap, which seems rather unfair.
Well, life isn't fair.
Shockingly, I know that.
And though you may choose to point at me and place blame, I believe in a way, you were just born into this situation. There was nowhere else you could have ended up.
Fun. So then, what do I gotta do to get that bear and that wolf and that tiger to fight each other and leave me the fuck alone?
Well, you start by leaving me the rabbit.
Okay.
And you take your money. Mm-hmm. You understand, I know that you're cooperating and I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I also know the type of people you surround yourself with. And you might get some ideas about extending this arrangement beyond the terms.
Oh.
You showed, in case things go not exactly the way you like, we will do our best to keep the wolves at bay. And as you said, you caught your bears in a trap. It should go well for you if you continue to cooperate. And there's enough money here to keep you and your cohorts happy and healthy for a long time.
By continuing to cooperate, does that mean you're going to be asking more of me? Or are we, good after this? Because I didn't love this assignment. Not really looking for more.
Agreed. If all goes according to plan, we should never see each other again.
That's the most exciting thing you've told me in our entire relationship, Jane.
Yes, well, we'll see how the next 5 minutes go.
What are you expecting to happen? I do not have a plan to stop you here.
Yeah.
I start a ping, but I don't want to interrupt.
You're texting?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do a sleight of hand check? If you're anywhere visible to Gene or his escort.
What is sleight of hand? Just stealth?
Sure.
It would be conceal, reveal object.
I'm sorry, conceal, reveal. Sure. No.
Or stealth, whatever's higher.
Stealth is higher. Maybe conceal, reveal.
I think stealth is good because you're not actually hiding an object.
Right, no.
I used the... It's like I spent a long time doing other things.
I can have my jammy in my hand. It's okay.
Stealth.
Let's go with the purple one.
He's just playing Candy Crush.
I am just playing Candy Crush, and I just crushed this.
Oh, thank God.
23.
So bad
23.
last time.
Excellent. You're... Yeah, you secretly send your message without anyone noticing.
Okay. Send the message to the Santiagos. To Chino. It's like... Send the family to Judy's party. but wait for an invitation from the well-dressed guests. Sure. Don't worry about me. I'll get there.
Okay. You send that. He's like, I already sent you a special car. You're gonna love it.
Sick.
Okay.
I'll just go, you rock.
So are we in the office with you during this meeting?
The only person I wanted with me specifically was Loren, so you can be wherever.
I think I'd be with you, and while this is happening, I sidle up next to his metal muscle.
So Gene's not looking to come any further into the club than he has to. So unless you direct him up to the VIP in the office, he's literally just like on the dance floor, especially if it's empty. He's just like, this is fine.
Gene's on the dance
Gene is
floor.
on the dance floor. They're sort of standing near the bar, and FaZe is close by.
Okay.
And Knuckles is on the door, and basically there's that door over there, and Nux is on that door. FaZe is behind the bar, and you guys are sort of sitting, because he did say like we could sit or drink while we do business. Well, enough with the so-called pleasantries. Produce Mr. Perea at your leisure.
We're gonna have to bring him up here. All right, well, let's go get him.
Okay. Do you go? You want to send? Who do you send? Or you could personally go.
I'll go with Loren.
Okay. FaZe is alone with Gene. What could this end up like?
I'll stay with Gene.
Aren't we? We're all with Gene right now.
Yeah, you're all in the
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, so the two of you are there, and you two come, a little knock on the door and open it. You see it's, kind of homey, and Taffi and Edgar are sitting, and Edgar looks up at you sort of knowingly, like, it's time. Yeah. Okay.
While she's gone, I play a little tune for our guest.
Just strumming your guitar
on my laser light
Serenading on.
guitar, just kind of like,
I picture Ricky's like sitting on the edge of the stage, kind of.
It's on the edge of the stage, probably if a foot up on one of the monitor speakers. Just
Playing an Oasis cover.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about.
Perhaps not surprisingly, Wonderwall is Gene's favorite song.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Good. You're strumming away.
My laser light guitar.
Yeah, which is nice because I think one of the things, like everything Ricky does, and don't let me like read into it too much, but what you've done is created a situation where your dampeners are of value here, because anytime there's sort of loud noises, it impedes other people's ability to perceive things with their ears, but it doesn't for you because you're used to this, which is good. All right, you hear Ricky strumming in the background as you, and Edgar looks up at you.
Oh man, I'm missing this.
He'll play it for you another time, I'm sure. Yeah, he's here.
Okay. He stands up, and Taffi starts to go with him.
I think Shitwrecked uncharacteristically hugs him.
Yeah, he's surprised, and he gives you that hug of a man who has maybe not given a hug in 20 years, and it's a little stiff, but he takes a breath and sort of like hat.
Yeah, and she's just like, I'm sorry. And let's go.
I'm sorry too. Wait, okay. And he starts to walk out of the room if you let him, and Taffi starts to follow.
Yeah, I'll just have Loren kind of like escorting her,
Okay.
like side by side, and I'll walk with him.
Okay. You have your like injection stuff is pretty concealable and
Yes, I have it in my finger.
right.
And then I also have prepared a glove with a tranquilizer on the outside. That's the osmosis compound.
Okay.
That if I touch them, it'll just seep in through their skin.
Okay. So, yeah, I was just trying to figure out if Edgar, or if you're like holding a hypo, like.
No, no, no. The idea was to be concealed.
Yeah. That sounds like, there wouldn't even be a check needed. That is very concealed. It's designed as such. Okay, you walk out. Jean stands from the bar stool. FaZe has poured a few drinks, and the escort hasn't touched hers, but Jean actually knocks back his small shot of clear liquid. And stands and gives a slight bow when he sees Edgar. Mr. Perea, you have no idea how delighted I am to see you. Come here, if you wouldn't mind. And he walks forward. Taffi gets nervous. Like you can like physically feel her tense up a little bit, especially you. So you're kind of holding her.
I'll go on her other side.
Okay.
Try and help.
So the two of you are flanking Taffi.
Yeah.
Jean sort of stiffly gestures to one of the bar stools. Please have a seat. This won't take but a second. And Edgar sort of looks around, but he doesn't seem particularly nervous. He doesn't seem to recognize Jean at all. He actually just sort of has a confused look on his face. But he knows, like, he remembers enough to know that he just needs to do what he's told at this moment. Jean pulls a wire out from behind his head and produces like a cylinder and plugs it in, and then slots it in like a shard to the back of your dad's head. And Edgar's eyes go sort of blank and kind of roll back in his head, and he closes his eyes, and a little bit of time passes. Ricky, make a perception check with your hearing.
Oh, God. Gonna keep rolling you for a while. The 20.
A 20, hey,
Yeah.
there's the hot rolls this
Sorry,
session.
20 with hearing would be, it's 22.
22,
Yeah.
great. I'm going to hold on to that number for a second. And the rest of you just give me perception checks.
Oh, implode.
What?
15?
15?
Rolled a 1 and then a 10, so in the negatives.
I also have a 15.
Okay. And in this moment, like, where is your focus? Because you're sort of torn here. You have your mom on your arm, and Edgar at
I'm focused on him, but I'm holding her, but my eyes are on him.
Okay, your eyes are on your father.
Mm-hmm.
What about Poltergeist? Where are her eyes?
The metal muscle. I'm slowly inching a little bit, like I'm not going up to her, but I'm close enough so that if like stuff went down right now, that I'd be in melee.
You're
right
within whatever your 14 yards of movement or whatever it is. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So you're on high alert, but your perception was
there. -1.
-1. Okay. Great. So Edgar, he removes the cylinder from the back of his head, and with your, did you do human perception also?
No, I just
Let me
did
get a human
perception.
perception from you, because I think this is actually maybe a more relevant skill since you're focused on him.
17.
Okay. Edgar sat down this new version of himself, but he stands up the formidable, straight-backed corporate management person that you remember. And his eyes grow serious, and he looks to Jean. You got an 18?
Mm-hmm. Or 17, sorry.
A 17? Okay, that's good. You notice a look of recognition this time as he sees Jean. And there is just a quick, maybe flicker of either fear or sadness. And he says to Jean, if you wouldn't mind, I need just a few minutes. And Jean says, kind of bows lowly a little bit to him, just deferential. And Edgar turns and looks first at you, but then he looks at Taffi. And steps forward, starts to close the different distance. He's standing next to the metal briefcase full of money. He says to both of you, I'm not sure sorry is enough, but there's this. And he says, the bells at night ring softly over the Tokyo Sea, and we dive like swans. And you feel Taffi relax. And then Taffi turns to you, Nautica, and says, who is that man? And then you hear, and Jean is holding a smoking gun. Edgar's head explodes, and he falls to the ground, and he puts the gun away. What is it? You hear almost like propellers outside.
When Taffi said, who is that man, who was she looking at?
She was looking at Nautica, and then she starts to scream.
Just take her out.
I almost want to take 5.
Do you want? Let's go to break.
Yeah.
That's we're gonna go ahead and take a little break so we can process and figure out where we go from here. Thank you guys for watching, and buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Hello! I apologize for this short interruption, but I wanted to offer on behalf of myself and everybody involved in making this show a heartfelt thank you. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction. We hope you're enjoying watching the game as much as we enjoy playing it. Now, if you are enjoying the show, I just want you to know that there's a whole lot more Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction, so click that subscribe button so you can come back next week and not miss any of the action. One more thing, if you have a friend or a gaming group or anybody at all that you think would enjoy this content, go ahead and share it with them. That way we can continue to grow the community and share this game with as many people as possible. But most importantly, just tune in next week for more of Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction. Once again, thank you.
Our program is made possible in part by Green Tower Games, a friendly local game shop in North Los Angeles County. Visit greentowergames.com. And by subscribers like you. Thank you.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us at Infinite Sided Dice. We've been telling stories and the dice have been deciding some of our fates. The gunshot rings out. Edgar falls to the ground. Taffi goes limp as you subdue her with your glove. Yeah?
Well, I asked you to, but
Yeah.
whether or not you do it is up to you.
Yeah,
I'd go, Loren.
Yeah, I do it.
Both of you still sit tight, waiting for a cue.
I think you see Poltergeist tense a bit, and I'm still watching the metal
eyes
muscle.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm sitting still.
And Ricky. Okay, give you a second to think. Gene holsters his weapon. I apologize for whatever inconvenience this mess has caused you. I'll be leaving you now, but I will leave you in the company of my dear escort. I would ask that you stay put here at Dreamland, just as a little insurance, so we can assure that our deal can end as smoothly as it began.
You're afraid we're gonna follow you after that?
I need you to stay here, all of you,
How long?
until my other business is done. And he walks toward the door. Do you
What's her
wanna-
name?
You don't need to know.
Listen, buddy, we got plans after this. This was not a part of the deal. I'm not interested in being under house arrest right now.
Jean gets to the door, and FaZe is like, "Hey, I got a party to go to," and he sticks his hand out and almost gets close to Jean's shoulder. You've been watching the muscle. Her hand erupts into a monowire, and swing FaZe's fingers, and he's like, "Fuck!" And Jean walks out the door, or he's about to step out the door.
I just go flick one finger, turn the volume completely up on the guitar, and you hear dun 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 dun. The first is you hear the first few chords of the calling, and it just starts cranking out of my my amp.
Excellent. You get a ping from Aunt Judy. It says party just started.
Fuck yeah, let's do this. And
Could really use those extra party favors.
okay, on my way.
Okay. Jean steps out the door. And Muscle is standing in the doorway.
Fuck the muscle.
And You see her, if we want, we can go into initiative order here if you're going to try to attack her.
Before that happens, I'd like to take the suitcase and put it, I'm assuming I have a safe somewhere in here.
Yeah, I mean, you pick up the suitcase. If it's a 3-second action before anything else happens, I don't know if Poltergeist... You see her legs extend a little bit. She grows maybe 6 inches, and her arms get a little longer, and the monowires wrap back up into her fingers, and she takes one of these kind of stances.
Can we use the board right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to see where we are and where she is.
Okay. This was the door he exited from. This is phase minus 4 digits. Edgar is no longer. You said you were moving. Ricky is here. Loren was with Shitwrecked. So I think if you want, we could put you. You said you were close, so it could either be bar or behind a table or wherever.
I was close to the metal muscle, our nameless friend.
Yeah.
Is that her?
So all this
there?
action sort of took place in front of the bar here, and that's her there. Yeah.
Can you move me closer to the bar?
Sure. So you would have been right next to them.
Great.
So at this point, Taffi, we won't put a mini out for her. You lay her gently down on the floor, and you step forward and pick up that briefcase.
And this balcony is open?
This is open. Yeah.
It's not windowed?
This right here? No, there's VIP seating right here, where there's a window here that goes into the office.
Okay.
Sorry, I know you're seeing from the other side.
Cool. I would like to pull out my grapple gun, grab Shitwrecked, and grapple up to the 2nd floor.
Okay. Great. If that's your action and you're not attacking, she's just on guard until we actually start fighting. She's just there to make sure you don't leave. So you can absolutely do that. I mean, unless you don't want her to.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay,
I was going up there anyway.
Poltergeist puts her arm around you.
Oh.
And you zip up to this open balcony. There is a door here that goes into where the offices are as well. And you're up there. You know what? Just so we can get a little order to the situation, let's roll for initiative.
All right.
I'm moving my points around right now.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
I forgot to write down.
So for what it's worth, the propellers that you heard were more toward the main entrance versus the side entrance that they were using.
Okay.
10.
14.
Okay.
She's so slow.
Okay.
All right. Initiative is just plus
It's under your combat.
plus reflexes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 17.
Where'd it go?
Ooh, what's your reflex?
Right there.
8.
Wow. Roll a d10 for me. I think you win.
Ooh, 1.
Shit, I rolled a 1 too. Roll again.
10.
Okay, you go first. Yours was 14,
Yeah.
and then
10.
10 and 10, or 11?
Oh, 11.
11.
I thought it was higher.
No, I was like 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys both rolled pretty poorly.
Plus 5 to me.
Okay, so at this point, Ricky, you get that ping from Judy saying that the party started. You hear propellers outside. You see the escort blocking one exit. What do you do?
Pinging the Santiagos would be pinging.
They're already
Pinging
en
would
route.
be in action, but they're in place.
Yeah. If the Santiagos are doing everything they can to get there at this point, there's a limit to what they can do in terms of their resources. But Judy does live within the Santiago territory, as we'll call it.
Okay.
Essentially, I mean, Night City is divided up into very specific blocks.
Yeah.
And Judy lives within the Santiago blocks, which used to be piranhas, and now are controlled briefly, forever, however long, by this crew and the Santiagos. It butts up against, they can help. They can help here. I just want to be clear that not everywhere in Night City can they roll up.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. So, the Killstrom Sonic Boom amp is having an effect. So
I roll resist torture for her.
Yes. Resist torture drugs. DV 15.
Okay. She fails that.
And she gets critical. Damaged ear critical injury for 1 minute.
Yeah, that's huge actually.
But does not take the injury's bonus damage. And as that's happening, I let the riff loop.
Yeah, sure.
As before. Flip my guitar over, and I grab my last EMP grenade, and I chuck it at her.
Ah, interesting. Okay, roll athletics.
And
I love the visual that you've got grenades on your guitar strap.
I've got some shotgun shells and a couple of clips too. Not too bad. 18.
18. Okay, yeah, more than enough. And FaZe isn't going to be too bothered by this. She is going to roll evasion and fails it. So you hit her with the EMP. I'm going to roll. She's got a lot of stuff that this could affect. Make a little. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that actually doubles the impact of your amp. So you see as the EMP hits, how she had grown and was like her joints had expanded. Suddenly her legs just sort of compact back down to sort of more human sized. Mm-hmm. So instead of being this 7.5 foot tall presence in the doorway, she just kind of you see those kind of retract. And she looks very disoriented, but she's still ready for a fight.
And I use my full movement to start heading towards the back door.
Yeah.
Okay, heading this way.
Yeah. More doors.
And away from the propeller sounds. And I yell out, "Time to go, FaZe, get up, we'll get you new fingers."
Yeah, he's in shock, literally crouched down behind the bar, holding his hand. Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
I'm gonna roll initiative for him too. You did bad. Worse than he was.
He's in shock.
Yeah, he doesn't feel good. And Knuckles is real close to there. Right?
You had him at that door,
Well,
I
he was
thought.
tiny. He was standing at the door. So he's standing behind her. But when you look at him, his mouth is open and he's kind of doesn't know what to do. He looks confused. And Knuckles is not the brightest boy. He's really into ultimate fighting and partying with FaZe. And FaZe just yeah. FaZe knows how to survive, but he maybe made a little mistake just now. Okay, this is the escort's turn. She is not gonna move because the disorientation of the amp. She sort of, you see her start to step forward and then look a little dizzy and steady herself on the bar, but her face is super emotionless, almost like a mask. But her eyes, you can see darting around the room, almost in two different directions, assessing all the threats all around. You did throw a grenade at her. Okay, how far away are you?
How away am I?
You're right there.
Okay,
I was on the stage when I threw it.
Yeah, but you're there now, and it's her turn. Okay, so she's not gonna move, but she reaches up and grabs one of the pins out of her hair and in one motion whips it across the room. You need to roll evasion, and the DV for this is going to be I haven't done math in a while. 23.
Come on, buddy. Come on. 22.
Okay. Yeah, you are going to be hit here for 17 damage as this thing embeds in the back of your shoulder.
Yikes.
And then no crits.
Thankfully, it missed the guitar.
But I want you. I want you to roll a resist torture drugs.
Oh.
Okay. I knew it was poisoned. Hey guys,
Hey,
Ricky takes damage all the time now. It's
kind of his thing.
It's a different time now in Night City. 17 damage, so that would leave me at. All right.
You had a day to rest before this encounter, FYI, in case we didn't reset it.
Yeah, it was full.
So your armor too.
Don't
forget about your armor.
But my armor ablates it.
Yeah. Yes. So it does actually. Yeah. So your armor goes down to 10, but you're only going to take 6 damage.
17 minus 11. So yep, I'm at 39. Okay. Boom. Cool. And resist torture drugs.
Oh, remember your first roll?
Oh man, I'm right
drugs roll.
back there. I'm right back at it.
It was almost a year ago.
I mean, I should take should take negatives for like trauma, for PTSD from that one shot. All right, buddy, come on.
It'd be so funny if you fail right now.
Boom. What was it?
Resist torture drugs. Just tell me what you got.
Oh, 15.
15. Okay. You feel like you guys see this as it embeds like an electrical pulse, and you feel this like shocking. You're going to have a -1 to your movement.
Okay.
And -1 to athletics checks for the next minute or so.
Okay.
Unless you pass another resist.
Okay, great.
It just like your muscles seize up. It hits you in the back. You feel your shoulder like seize up. You might know the feeling of a back seizing up.
Yeah. A little bit. My arm just kind of goes.
You're just so method. Yeah. Preparing for today.
I was.
But she takes that step to sort of pursue you, but feels the nausea from the impact of your boom amp and holds her position. Okay, Poltergeist, you're actually up next.
She still was scarily accurate considering she was so incapacitated.
Cool. So I'm up on the second floor with Shitwrecked. What's the quickest way out of here?
Are there is it just these two doors?
You literally would need to make your way to these. If you don't go back downstairs, the quickest way would be to go straight where Ricky's going, or through her.
Yeah, so I think we go the long way to avoid getting hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to hide your chest, your briefcase or whatever, I think now would be the time, but I don't know if we have time for that.
Well, you're running basically through. So if you enter this door, the main office is here. You could chuck it in there. It would be just a free action.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be carrying around a briefcase full of money.
Yeah.
It could be taken care of. If you're moving your full movement.
Yeah, double move through the top floor.
So your move, remind me, is 8 or 7?
Oop, I think it's 7. Okay. Yes, 7.
You go screaming past the VIP. Are you trying to be hidden in any way? I guess a double move you can't really stealth.
No, I just know it'll take her longer to get to me now. And I'm just trying to get out of here.
Okay, great. Okay. Yeah, you guys did a good job of that boom amp thing. It's funny, you're like,
It's clutch.
oh, it stops you from moving every other turn. That's really huge in this particular instance. He should have left 2 guards to guard the doors. Okay, Loren, you're standing above Taffi's unconscious body.
So, I wanted to do something before Jean left, but everything was moving forward, and I didn't have a chance to say anything. But as he was leaving, we started combat, and then now we're he's not there anymore. But I wanted to shoot a dart gun at him.
I think they moved in such a way that she was sort of obscuring his exit. Like, she kept putting herself in between the threats and him.
Because right when she went for his fingers was when I would have immediately just pulled out.
I mean, you can take that shot, and we could retcon that if Jean really does go unconscious just outside the door, that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's the range on that
I'm just going to do the one shot, though. The range on it?
Yeah. Just curious. Yeah, the reason...
the DV is 13 at 0 to 6 meters, and it's 15 at 7 to 12.
Okay. Actually, you know what? No, I'm actually not going to roll back on this because I was giving the party time to react as he shot Edgar, as he moved toward the door, and it really seemed like nobody was going to do anything to stop him until he said, "And you're staying here," and she's watching as he walked out the door. And the only person, yeah. So I think deal with the threat that's in front of you is probably more important anyway.
Okay.
You could also shoot a dart at her. We just
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would just leave.
Okay. Run toward the door Ricky's going out of?
Yeah.
All right. What's your movement? You could actually get out the door, I think.
7.
Yeah, if you move your full movement and don't take an action, the question though. So Taffi is laying on the ground next to you. Do you bail? I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't. I'm just saying I wanted to remind you because I didn't put a mini on the board.
Right.
I mean, you could pick her up. It just would make it, you only move 7 inches instead of 14.
Yeah, but, I mean, the whole idea of getting her unconscious was so that she wasn't in the line of battle, and then we're just going to pick her up and go take her into battle.
Leave her there with this girl?
Well, that girl doesn't care about Taffi, right?
Well, Loren does the math and leaves her. That's fine.
And how much talking can I do? Free talking?
You talk.
Boss, what do you want to do with your mom?
Get her out of range of that thing!
Copy that. And I just throw her over my shoulder like I would a soldier from the war.
Yeah, you're well trained, and honestly, you've done nothing.
And I also yell out to FaZe. I go, don't lose those fingers, buddy. Find them all.
You see FaZe. He's down behind the bar, but as you look back to yell at him, you see his hand come up and grab the bottle that he had just poured for Jean. And it goes back to okay, so you sling Taffi over your shoulder and make for the door. Okay, Shitwrecked, it is your turn.
Okay, he's got Taffi. I'm slightly less freaked out. I'm hoping those two get out of the way of her. So yeah, I'll run in
Follow Poltergeist.
Yeah, but I'm trying to stash. Like, in my head, I'm like, if we leave this here and we get away from her, I don't want her to take the money because we
That's fair.
mess with shit. I want the money.
If you want to take time, you could take your action to put it. You do have like a lockbox that you could put, a safe that you could put things in, but that's going to take your action
That's fine.
rather than just sprinting.
That's fine.
So you're in your office then.
We all risked a lot, and this is the only thing we got in return, so. I gotta pay these guys somehow.
What kind of gun are you using?
I have, my handgun.
Because if you have a handgun, that's one hand. So you could bring it with. It wouldn't totally impede your actions moving forward. But then we'd have a briefcase full of money.
Yeah.
But
No, I don't. I'm so, like, whatever. I'm good. I don't mind taking.
Okay. Phase, he's a survivor. He crawls.
Yeah, he does.
He stays in cover. And that's what he's doing. Knuckles. Fuck. Knuckles doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to leave because she's blocking the door. Like, officially, no one's supposed to leave, and that's her whole, her, like, everything in her programming. So he can get his ass all the way. He just runs and dives behind this table in the corner. Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
I think that's probably his smartest bet. These piranhas, they like to survive. Ricky, you're at the door.
At the door. And not everyone has reached the door, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So then I am going to spray suppressive fire.
Okay. Is this armor piercing suppressive fire?
No, it's not. It's actually not.
we're going to need that briefcase full of money.
just spraying money out of my gun. Making it rain.
Okay.
But and as I'm doing so, I have my I just want to get the name right because the names are so cool. I've got my Killstrom Banshee microphone. It's just attached to my head. Yeah.
Always.
And I'm just belting out the lyrics to the calling.
It really is a VIP party in Ricky's head.
Belting out the lyrics to the calling. And I'm just like, and then you also hear over the mic, why am I the only one at the door?
With Taffi over my shoulder, I'm singing along.
Loren's on backup.
Remind me what I roll for suppressive fire.
You gotta roll your concentration.
Concentration.
You're cool.
I was thinking about how cool he
How
was.
cool does this look?
Concentration for suppressive fire.
Oh, wait, no. You roll your auto fire. I roll concentration. That's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I think I knew that. That's why I wrote it
Yeah.
down. Yeah, auto fire. Boom. Ooh. Explode. Ooh. Plus, so 10 plus 12. So, oh God, 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, 29.
And Ricky is doing a great job of neutralizing this, like,
Yay,
easily.
Ricky!
You're finally rolling well.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I'm giving away too much as a GM and saying this is easily the most dangerous person you have ever fought. And she is going to hide. So she ducks down behind and takes cover. I guess that's it. That's what she does. She used her dart. She has a good melee. All right. Okay. Cool. But you don't go out the door. You just stay covering the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anyone is left. I kick it open, though.
Okay, you kick the door. You kick the door open.
Is there anyone out there? Do I see anything out there?
Make a perception check as you do that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that suppressive fire doesn't take that much concentration. You're just
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
blasting the room.
Perception would then be 17. It's just eyeball perception?
Yeah, just eyeball perception. You see, at first sight, you're like, aerial vehicle, fuck, that they're on this side. And, but then sitting behind it's like not like any AV you've seen before. And you see like a helicopter, right? And you're like, it sure is brightly colored, and then you see this like shock of red hair behind the wheel, and it's a spark plug sitting in this like gyrocopter. Yeah, and it's this small vehicle, but it's like a gyrocopter sitting there with a few seats. And she waves, "Hey, Ricky!"
And I just look at her and I go, and I'm just like, boom, I love you.
Okay. Yeah, that was that. She hides. So Poltergeist, you're up.
You're so far away now, Shitwrecked.
I'm coming. I'm right after you. Right?
See you in 3 rounds.
Be right there. Why do I keep wearing heels?
Yeah, I double move, which should get me to the bottom of the stairs.
This is for sure leapable for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You have to make an athletics roll, but it's not.
It's fine. I mean, I'm just trying to get out, so.
Okay, so if you take the stairs, you're gonna have to go this way down and then back. If you use your double move, you'll get there, or you can just leap off. Let's see. Because you have 14 total, so that'll be 6 to there.
I'll just double move because she's in cover anyway.
Okay. Yeah. You make it to this doorway here. Great. Oh my God, Shitwrecked. Very alone.
It's okay. We're good. She does not know where I am. I'm above her, behind her, walled in.
I haven't left yet. She's hiding.
She's hiding?
Yeah, well, you're going to run out of ammo eventually.
Yeah, because that was, 10?
Yeah, but she can only move... this boom amp thing is a puzzle. I don't know how I'm gonna kill you all. I keep doing stuff like that.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
This is why I don't get mad when Ricky insists on naming all the plans after trying to make parties out of all of our plans.
Okay, Loren, you're up. You got Taffi over your shoulder.
I just pull the pin, drop back the smoke grenade over towards homegirl.
Okay, yeah, pop smokes.
Nice.
I imagine just like plop it in the middle of the room.
No, closer to her.
Closer to her,
that
like-
I'm just trying to get her. I'm trying to obscure her vision most.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you pop smoke. I guess roll in athletics to make sure you place it where you want. It's not very far, but just don't implode.
Just don't throw it like I would.
Yeah.
Or Danny's played characters historically that have failed on throws.
Well, with that dynamite.
I'm gonna get that tattooed. I'm gonna get 3 sticks down. Ooh, highest I can roll. 17.
17, great. Yeah, you for sure get it exactly where you want it. So yeah, that whole side of the club is now enveloped in smoke.
Yes. You can't hear, you can't see, you're hiding.
I'm so scared what Jean's gonna do to us after this, though.
and then I walk out and I go, whoa, shit. What am I supposed to do with this helicopter thing?
Yeah, you walk out. You don't recognize her. She doesn't recognize you. So, and you're holding an unconscious woman. She might recognize Taffi, but I don't know.
Well, she sees me past Ricky without him.
Yeah. So you run out and you get to the gyrocopter. It's a little. You're looking at it as a little small. It's got. Hey, you're military. You recognize there's like a big, like a 50 cal mounted to it.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like. Look, you don't know much about avionics, but you're like, can this thing even lift that gun? Yeah. Okay, Shitwrecked.
I run.
You won. What's your speed?
5.
Oh no. That's not even a whole ruler. Okay, but you're in the offices.
Yeah, so I'm still in covered. Yeah.
You're in here now. Running past. Running down the hallways of your back rooms. Staying hidden. You actually maybe don't even know, like, gunfire erupting. You hear a few explosions of smoke grenades. But I guess you're used to that by now.
Yeah.
Okay, Reiki, we're back to you.
Especially inside for Glenn.
Do Faze and Knuckles take any actions?
Oh, I think Faze.
They don't have to. They're just also in the initiative.
Yeah, he makes his way into the walk-in. It's not like a freezer walk-in, but like where you keep your excess liquor bottles and stuff. So there's like a stock room behind the bar, and he moves himself into there. Knuckles, he sees where you guys are going, and he gets out the door. So he makes it that far. So he's also out the door, standing there next to the gyrocopter. Yeah, look of dumb worry on his face.
Man.
Okay, Ricky.
Do I know if there are windows on the outside?
No, I think canonically it's a fortress the way Ajax built it.
Yeah.
Or designed it.
Yeah.
Or picked it, I guess. He probably didn't build it.
Cemented over all the windows.
Yeah. They're all bricked up, if anything.
Sense. Nautico, where are you?
You can suppress a fire again if you want to.
Oh my god, I can. But I can only maybe do that one more time.
If you'll let me, I'll say, Ricky, just go. I'll stay till she gets out.
A fine suggestion.
Sparkplug says...
Not the Rocker Boy way.
Sparkplug yells, "If we're taking more than just you, we're going to need to drop this 50 cal. Can I get a hand?" And either one of you, I don't know. Or you could take your action to help her. There's this huge gun. If she's taking more than one other passenger, she's going to need to drop this gun.
And leave it there?
And leave it.
Can it be fired by multiple people holding it?
This is not... You wouldn't really be able to...
Okay, just wondering.
Like, you could, like... If you were a tech, I would let you, like, figure out a way to rig it up. But,
So the plan was just to take me?
yeah, I think they just sent... They were like...
Okay.
But there's definitely, like... You can see how, like, there would be room for, like, 4 people in this thing if you drop this gun and then you could fly. So, like, the 3 of you and her, or the 3 of you and her, or Taffi and, you know, whatever you want to do. You're gonna have to make some choices here.
Yeah.
Is what I'm giving you.
There, I know we've ridden in, like, cabs before, but they're just not in this area, probably.
You can hail a cab. The point was, as far as you know, Aunt Judy is under fire.
Right. No.
And the gyrocopter is going to get you there faster. You can call Santiago's or cabs. There are cabs that can move you. Combat cat will cost you a little bit more money.
We'll just have to...
But in terms of combat rounds, it's going to take you, even if it takes a minute and a half,
Sure.
is a lot of combat rounds.
I am very heavy because of the metal in my body.
You're running.
I think I'm running. I think that the rest of you need to take the helicopter.
But regardless, we got to drop to 50 cal.
Regardless, if the 3 of you are going to go, you could probably...
Well, that's 4.
You could...
We got Taffi.
Listen, we can...
Let's see.
Someone paying blades.
How... never ask a lady her weight, but Taffi is a slight woman. I think you could probably swing it. It might slow might slow it down a little bit, but if you wanted to, like, keep her on your, you know, I don't know. There would be a way to probably swing it if you want to bring Taffi, but you're also going to another combat.
Right.
Can you
Knuckles, grab her.
Good fucking point.
Brains on this one.
Yeah, see, Loren, you keep him around for a reason.
Yeah. Every once in a
doing
while,
the
he
math
throws
on all
out
this.
a gem.
Also,
He's more
Knuckles
into
is like,
managerial work. He's supervising.
yeah.
Over here.
Yeah, Knuckles takes Taffi and ducks around into an alley and gets on his agent to try and get transport out of there.
Perfect.
And I also tell him, call Yoshi to fix homeboy's knuckles.
Got it, boss.
Okay.
I don't know why you're his boss now. But
Because I'm shouting orders, but I'm like doing it like I'm back in the military.
Sure,
like
yeah.
I'm just going. You go do that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
That definitely takes over.
And Sparkplug is out there. You're heading towards.
Actually, we're on Ricky's action here. We kind of got a little. Ooh.
Yeah, that's okay.
She's gonna need probably a hand to pull this gun off so that you guys can go.
And who's out there right now? I'm just forgetting who's.
Sparkplug, Loren, Knuckles. That's it.
Taffy, technically.
Taffy, unconscious Taffy.
Okay. So.
And Knuckles just took Taffy, so.
And I'm right next to you.
Okay, and you're right next to me, and I could lay down one more
Yeah, I feel
layer
like
of suppressive fire
yeah.
and then step out.
to go above table, like that's your choice. Is either I would say lay down suppressive fire or drop this gun.
Yeah. So I'm going. I hear Sparkplug say that. Say, I'll be right there. Somebody help her with that gun.
Okay.
And I lay down some suppressive fire.
Sure.
And that's auto fire, which is 19.
19?
Yeah.
Wow, again. Okay. All right. I should have given her more points in concentration.
And now I step out the door.
Although in smoke,
yeah.
she uncover, like, you can't see her. So she just has to be in cover.
You did say she was in cover.
Yeah. Well, she'll have to spend... Okay, it'll be her turn in a minute. I'm jumping the gun here. Okay, so this is her turn. Let's say with the smoke, you shot where she is. She also failed her concentration here. But that doesn't mean she can't move and stay in cover. So you don't exactly know where she is at this point.
Okay, great. I've now stepped out the door, nauticalus.
Are you stepping out the door? You don't have to. You just...
I do not see her anywhere.
You haven't seen her yet. You saw Poltergeist take her up on the balcony. You could ask Poltergeist.
I said go. She's fine and I'll wait.
I said go.
I
Cool.
think Poltergeist is like, you guys go.
I got this.
It's like, I was like, I can't leave here without her.
I'll get her. She'll be fine.
All right. Okay, you guys argue.
So I'll bring her.
Poltergeist, it's your turn.
I won. Oh, no, I'm not Poltergeist. Why? Sorry. My brain just glitched into the matrix. Really excited to run.
How far do I need to move to help her? Can I break up my movement? Can I move, unload the gun, and then move back into the room?
Yep.
Okay, then I do that.
Yeah. With a body 14, you see like Sparkplug has like loosened some bolts and stuff. She did it really quick and is like waiting on one end. You walk up and just pick up the gun single-handedly and turn around and like clunk it onto the... Actually, to answer your question, if anybody could carry this thing and use it, it would be Poltergeist.
I actually asked her. Like, I'm like, let's not waste it.
That would
You
be
can
so
you can
sick.
hold it. You can carry it back into the bar if you want.
My stats probably gonna be bad on it though.
So this weapon is not really an anti-personnel weapon. It's kind of absurd. It's more like designed for cutting a building in half. It'll shoot through walls and stuff, but it's going to be very inaccurate especially the way you're using it. But I'll allow it. It's fun. It's chaos.
I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it with me into the.
Okay, at least so it's not laying on the street for
So it's not on
any
the
gunk
street.
to,
At
like,
least it'll be in here. And then I take up the same spot. So I just move right back.
Also, you just look cool.
Hell yeah!
Style over substance, baby.
Cyberpunk.
You did the damage repair.
I see her walk back in with the 50 cal, and I go,
In theory, I've not
okay,
checked.
you got this.
Yeah.
And I do step out the door.
Okay.
But
Well, it's not your turn yet, Ricky.
No, I meant, because I didn't use my movement. But it's too late?
Yeah, it's too late.
Okay,
it's
got
not
it.
your turn anymore.
Gotcha.
Loren, Taffi offloaded. Looks like the gun's taken care of. What's your move?
I would just stand by. I wouldn't get in yet.
Okay, standing by.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold an action of any kind in case?
Yeah, I'll just since I'm already in military mode, I would actually break out my shotgun.
Okay.
And just ready that to, if I see a threat, then I'll shoot.
Sure. Yeah. You take up a ready position near the helicopter. Are you specifically watching the door or the street?
Ooh. I think the street.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay. I'm going to save that number for your perception on the street. And if you see a hostile, you're going to shoot them if they get in range.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Shitwrecked. You won?
I'm winning.
Oh, man.
Oh my god, I thought I was closer to the door. Okay.
You could jump.
I think you jump.
I'll jump.
So if you wanted to jump this turn, you'll probably have to jump next turn.
Okay.
And maybe Poltergeist can catch you in your arms like...
Like the end of Princess Bride.
Hello, lady.
Okay. Knuckles. Actually, he would wait. He really wants you to tell him what to do, but Loren did tell him what to do. So I think he's going to stay where he is. I was going to say he runs off down the alley or whatever, but I think he's just there with Taffi. Okay. And FaZe is doing what FaZe does. Like hiding. He's like has specifically...
Hiding and drinking.
He has like an emptied out beer keg that he can somehow like fit himself into. Like some kind of Ocean's 11, like
With a blanket.
folds himself
He's
up.
got surprisingly
takes his
high contortionist skill.
He takes his blanket and wraps it and tries to keep his hand from bleeding out. Actually, let's give him a little stabilization. He's still bleeding. Okay. Now it's Ricky. Now.
Did she jump?
No.
But I see her.
Can't yet.
But I can see her.
You see her running now. Yeah, along the top, because you know that's where she's coming from.
Where you been?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to... You can ready, like, I'm going to catch.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to move... Oh, God. I'm just waiting for this cyber spider to come and back and wake up and be like, okay, I'm done with all your shenanigans.
Yeah.
Give me your head. And I'm going to run over here to catch her. Yeah.
Okay.
And to cushion her blow. And you know what? Fuck it. While I'm readying the catch, can I go ahead and shoot some more?
So I would say you have to choose here if you're going to...
If I'm going to catch her or if I'm going to shoot?
Yeah.
Classic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to catch her.
Yeah, otherwise she'll just like be jumping on top of you. It might not... With you readying yourself, it's going to work. Mm-hmm. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise it might get a little dicey.
Then that's what I do.
Okay, you're ready. So she can move. she comes tearing out of the smoke right at you, but stops short, and you can see she's running up and gets even closer to your amplification system, and just wave of nausea hits her, and you see her eyes like start spinning around and darting as she sets herself. God, you guys have really just above table for a second. She's so much faster with her legs that are turned off from the EMP, and she can only move once every 2 turns. So you've essentially, in those 2 little like maneuvers, is like there's no way I think that I can stop you. I'm like using all of my wargamer strategy brain to try and get her to the door, and I think it's gonna be too late.
It's Ricky coming in clutch with the area control.
Listen, sometimes being all borged out is not the best thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
We just gotta keep you away from the EMPs too.
But yeah, I mean, it gives Poltergeist a bit of a target as she's standing there. Okay, but speaking of that, that's all the escort can do.
That's why home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Poltergeist, you see her come barreling out of the smoke. She's still terrifying with like mono wires whipping out of her hands, but you see her get dazed and dizzy one more time and has to hold just short of Ricky.
She's closer to me now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's very close to me now. Yeah, I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna get some hits on her.
Okay. Put yourself between Ricky and the escort.
Yeah.
Yes. Classic tank move.
I'm like already rolling evasion.
Okay. First hit. 18.
That hits.
Whoa. Okay. Uh, 16 damage.
16. No crit.
No crit.
Okay.
Second hit. 22.
That also hits. Just enough.
13. No crits.
13. So. Okay, great.
I should probably have a little bit of movement left.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to get out of her melee. I don't like her.
Oh, because she can't move. That's smart.
Yeah.
You're right.
Guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, there's just a little. There's like enough for you to back. Well, let's take you this way so that Shitwrecked doesn't jump on your head.
Sure.
Yeah. You even move like right to the edge of the smoke. Hopping off the stage. 2 quick strikes. Boom, boom, boom. Catching her. The mask that is her face shows no reaction.
Great. That's my turn.
All right. Loren, we're back to you, and you're still guarding the street.
Yep.
Nobody, you don't see anything on the street.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are they? Yeah. It's because they are somewhere else. And that somewhere else is not a good place either. All right, Shitwrecked. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Run and jump, and as I'm doing, I'm gonna be like, "We don't care what Jean's doing, lady. We just gotta go."
Ah, well.
Am I doing athletics?
Sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna, yeah, you're fine. We're gonna give you pluses for Ricky helping.
15.
15. Perfect. That was just measuring the amount of distance, so you only use like 2 inches. Mm-hmm. You can set her down, you can move the rest of your 3 inches.
Thanks, Ricky!
Since you were ready, you kind of did the like,
Yeah.
We practice cheerleader moves on the weekends.
Forget the moves. understand. But I forget. I don't know. It all looks like Nazi salutes to me.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You get to the open door and see out, and this is your first glimpse of your method of egress.
Yeah, and Knuckles is still standing there with my mom?
Yeah, I think you can't see him just yet.
Okay, cool.
Because you're still inside, technically.
Okay.
Actually, maybe he sees you. It's his turn right now. He's like, oh, boss, I called a car.
Get to safety!
I was picturing him running back. I think the way this has worked out and the way I think Taffy's going to be fine. Well, there's different varying degrees of fine.
Fine in Night City?
Yeah, I'm so nervous about what Jean's gonna do to us because we didn't stay here. I'm scared.
Ricky.
Running. Running for the for Sparkplug's AV.
Okay.
If I run past Nautica, I'm just going to help her with my own movement.
Just
move
shove me?
faster.
I mean, technically,
know.
if you use your action, you can pick her up. If you're only going, what do you have, 7 inches of movement?
I have 7 inches.
Yeah.
I'm -1 because of the poison now.
Oh, right.
Unless that's worn off. Should I resist again?
Well, it wasn't poison. It was like
you're good. It was electricity. You'll be. I mean, you're standing in the doorway.
Okay.
You just basically body her out the door.
she's like, click, clack, click, clack. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, and you're gonna.
Dum, dum, dum.
If you're gonna sacrifice shooting or anything, then you definitely get that extra couple of inches of movement.
Yeah, I don't shoot. I'm just
That's
as
fine.
much movement as I can.
All right. Why didn't I give her some guns?
Because she's faster than a speeding bullet with her legs.
Yeah. Also, really, the legs are one thing, but the boom amp, because every time you can't move twice in a row. So she moved. So you see her like first lurch this way toward Poltergeist and then lurch back toward Ricky as he runs away. Sort of just disoriented. Man, do I get more saves off that or is it just for a minute? I think it's for a minute. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm not complaining. I think it's awesome, actually. You guys are strategically on this encounter, which is cool because
there was no attempt to go toe to toe with her.
No.
We were all trying to get out.
because there's a pretty serious clock running.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Well, there's another clock running back here, a figurative clock.
Yeah.
Okay. That's her.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Is everybody out?
Does it look like? I think everybody's out
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
All right. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, Ananias. I should just move. out. Yeah, I think I'll just double move out. There's a car that was called, too.
Knuckles called a car for Taffi and
For
himself.
Taffi. Okay, never mind.
And they're in it.
I need to find transportation. It'll be fine. Double moving out, and then I'll scan the street for any kind of mode of transportation that I can commandeer.
That's tough to do in Night City, just the way the game is. Your best bet will probably be to call a cab or hoof it. I don't know how fast you are. Not faster than the car. Or call in one of your contacts if you can.
Is the issue with the AV, is it a seating issue or
It's
is
weight.
it a weight issue?
It's really more of a weight issue.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, Poltergeist is as heavy as that gun
Okay.
or more. Yeah. I mean, there's always guarding the escape.
to split up.
I mean, you want to step out the door. You can also ready in action. You're close enough that you could get out the door just barely and ready in action if you want, or you can fully sprint.
I'll
Does she still have that gun?
I do. I don't want to flatten the building though. Also, I doubt my modifier is good on that. But I think guarding the exit is a good idea. So I'll move towards the door. And just wait. And I'm trying to think. My contacts are basically the same as everybody else's. The Santiagos are already here, so I feel like my option is the Danger Gals. Or the Wrestlers would be the other option.
I did ready the Danger Gals with my ping.
Did you actually?
I
message
did.
them?
I told them that he was coming and that it was going down.
Right.
But they don't know anything past that.
Or Blades. Blades is the other player.
So Blades is not gonna be able to pull a car for you, but let's. Yeah.
Let me make a choice. We just had that whole moment with the Wrestlers. Like, I feel closer to them. I think that makes more sense and less political than calling in Danger Gal. So I'll shoot a text off to Tankarella, I think.
Yeah.
See if she could pull up with a car, because I think she does have one.
Yeah.
What are the chances that there are some Ricky fans driving by?
Driving by, I don't know. It's kind of a lot. Yeah, that's a reason why you put a nomad in your group, so you have transport.
Well, we had one.
And
I don't know. I like having a med tech.
I know having a med tech is also very nice.
not complaining.
Truly.
yeah, and I mean I sent the fastest possible thing to get Ricky to Aunt Judy's house. But so the consequence is not everybody can go.
If I went in the cab with my mom and Aunt Tiny Knuckles, would she still be too heavy?
Do you have an actual weight for your character other than I know linear
There's
frames?
a ton of flavor text about being the heaviest thing. There's a lot of rules about skates and stuff because of weight. I think you should just go. I think in this moment, Poltergeist is trying to get everybody out.
Yeah.
Just take care of yourselves. Just go. And I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And we're still in initiative. So I sent off a text to Tankarella that says, I need you now with wheels. And I sent her my location. Very Red Ghost-esque.
I think... I think Tank senses the urgency. And she's like... be right there.
Great.
We'll see how quick she can get there. It's still driving city blocks, and rounds are only 3 seconds.
It'll be fine.
But you can sort of kite her is what has happened. Move away, because she's only moving.
Yeah, you also don't have to stay there. You could just keep running.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah. Okay. Loren, are you on the gyrocopter now? As everybody walks out, you're all adjacent to it.
Yeah, I mean we're all gonna get on. So
yeah, now's the time. Okay. All right.
Poltergeist is gonna cover our exit. Let's go.
Poltergeist takes a defensive stance in the doorway, and the three of you hop on Sparkplug's gyrocopter. She says, everybody hang on, and whips it up.
As we leave, I want to shout at Poltergeist and just say, Poltergeist, kick ass, don't die.
You just see a thumbs up from behind.
Without breaking her gaze, she throws you a thumbs up. As the gyrocopter starts to lift off, you can tell it's even struggling under the weight of these 4 people. And you see Tiny loading an unconscious Taffi into a black cab and tearing off in the other. He was sort of down the alley around the corner. So as you lift up, you see you're over here. As you get above the horizon of the building, you see Taffi escaping with Knuckles, and you start to haul off across Night City. There's a bit of nausea as your stomach falls to the floor, and Sparkplug floors it, and the vehicle tips forward as the momentum this is how a helicopter speeds up, right? It tips really far forward, and it looks like you're going to crash into a building. She whips it around, and you're just hauling ass way too low for the city, but she's able to get up and over to the sky, and you see Aunt Judy's apartment building on the horizon, and that's where we're gonna stop our session for today.
Nice.
Very good one. Very fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah. Whew, what's gonna happen next week? Oh, so anyway, thank you for subscribing and watching and liking all that stuff. Make sure you check the description for a link to our Patreon and leave us comments. We love reading them. Jump in the chat on premiere night. All that stuff is so incredible, guys. Okay, so until next time,
Bada bing!
bada bing.